Hello, I thought it would be easy to just respond to this question with a video. There's a few things that make it difficult to know an actual confidence level. One is that any practice exams that you are taking are not the real exam, and they're not even based on the real exam. When we offer practice exams like the behavioral app or what I offer at NCEExamPrep.com, this is kind of our best guess at what you should be tested on. All right, we don't have retired questions from the NCE. The questions are not published anywhere. If anybody claims to have them, they're trying to scam you or they've acquired them illegally. And so any practice exam is not going to be perfectly replicated. And so knowing what a percentage on a practice exam, how that equates with the percentage on the real exam, that's issue number one. The second issue is that there's not a set passing score. And so despite what you might read in some of the Facebook posts, every test that is given of the NCE could potentially have a different passing score. And the reason for that is because each question that you're given is given a difficulty rating. And so that's why you see people with different set passing scores, different cutoffs, is that the higher the passing score, the easier the 200 questions were, or the 160 scored questions rather. So if somebody needed a 100 in order to pass, that means they've got easier questions than somebody that needed a 90 to pass. If you need a lower passing score, that means you had a more difficult exam. So that's the second reason it's difficult to have a set confidence level, is because the score questions are rated differently, with the difficulty level. And that's really the result of those 40 questions that they throw out. When you take the NCE, those 40 questions, they're trying to determine how difficult those questions are. So if they give that test to 100 people, and the first of the 40 questions that's unscored, a majority of people don't answer correctly, they're going to say, okay, this question is either too difficult for the exam, or there's a problem with it and need to throw it out. Or they can say, no, it's a good question, it's just a really difficult question, so it's going to have a higher difficulty rating. And so that's kind of how they determine the difficulty rating of each of the questions. And so as for knowing how you're doing on the practice exams, whether it's preparing you or not, with the NCEExamPrep practice exams, we've had people who have averaged anywhere from 59% on my practice exams pass, and then there's people who are getting 70% on my practice exams, who haven't passed. So it really is difficult to say, what the confidence level is for practice exam. What I would encourage you to do is not worry about that, but just really work on improving your score. A good quality practice exam is going to give you a score report, and you want to see your numbers increase as you continue studying and as you're working through your study manuals and retaking practice exams. You want to see your scores increase in each individual area. If they're consistently low in a particular category, focus more of your studying energy on that particular category. That's the method that we suggest with the recommended study plan that we offer at NCEExamPrep, is to take a full-length test, get the score report, and then rank your scores in order from weakest to strongest. If you're using my material, that the study manual is divided into 13 chapters, and that's how I recommend you rank them. So if you scored lowest on chapter 5, which is counseling theories, in my study manual, then that's the area that you'd want to spend the more time studying, and then you kind of work your way through going from the weakest area to the strongest area. So I know that's not the answer that people are looking for when it comes to what the confidence level is. I'd love to be able to say, yeah, if you're scoring 70% on any practice exam, that you're going to pass the NCE. Unfortunately, we just can't do that. So I hope that this answers that question. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions, and here to support you guys.